Hi, Gypsies. We are back with LRS Healthcare with Joe Stillman and Thaddeus Becker. Sorry, Thaddeus. I mess up his name every time. But they're going to talk to you guys about just a little about themselves, about jobs. They're giving a giveaway, and we're giving a giveaway. So if you comment, we're going to randomly select people. They'll explain how their giveaway is going to go. So let me reintroduce you, if you haven't met them, to Joe and Thaddeus.
We made it.
We're back, baby.
How was TravCon?
Oh, Rachel.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of fun.
We're going to talk to you guys about.
We are still hurting right now. I did not realize, nurses like to get down, baby. They work hard, but they play a little bit harder.
Yes, I remember my first TravCon. It was my first time working with the Gypsy Nurse. So it was my first week ever, and I went to our big party at the Paris, and I didn't know they partied so hard.
No,
Every night. Yeah, it's not just like one night. Every night of the conference.
They gotta let loose. They're hardworking. They're saving lives. So I don't blame them. All right. Well, I'll let you guys get to it, and yeah, have fun.
Okay. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
Guys, we're back. Round 2, baby. You asked for it. Maybe you didn't. I don't know, but we're here. We're going to do another Q&A. So if we've got anybody who has questions, I know we answered quite a bit last time, but if we've got some new people on here who want to ask some questions, or if we've got just some people that came last time, if you guys want to ask some more questions, we're here to answer them.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty on a lot of them too, because I know a lot of them are pretty good surface questions last time. So
also, I know Rachel was doing the giveaway with the towel, but you boys came bearing gifts, baby. So we will also pick at random one person who's ever asking the questions. We'll just randomly pick who asked some good questions. We're going to give away a little swag bag, and I'm going to show you what's in the swag bag.
These are big hits.
These are big hits at TravCon. Number 1, trucker hat. Check it out, LRS Healthcare branded. Number 2, fanny pack, baby. And you want to know why we're doing this? Because the fanny pack is back. Let's go. Now, guys, we don't just stop there, because you know what? It's Christmas every day at LRS Healthcare. We're going to do what seems to be maybe some sort of sweat towel. I'm not real sure, but I know our name is on it. So it's blue. It's got a nice little holder. If you take it out of the holder, you probably can't get it back in. So there's that for you. Okay. We've got a nice, what is this?
Water mug.
A nice water mug.
It's steel, so it'll keep it cold too.
Yep, it'll keep it nice and cold for you on those nice long 12-hour shifts. Nail file. If you're not filing your nails, what are you doing?
Take a break at the nurse's station, file those down.
Koozie. If you need to keep that water cool when you're at work. Here you go.
These are also very good. Nurses told us at TravCon for stemless wine glasses.
Ooh.
Apparently that was a big hit for them based on the bottom.
That's a hot item there. Also, we're going to give away, we talked about this last time, but we're giving it away this time, baby. LRS branded sunglasses. You don't get much better than this. We were rocking these. National Beach Day was a while ago. Yep. But the sun's out every day, guys.
So if you can imagine Joe and I in the snapbacks, the fanny packs, the sunglasses, all the above.
Also,
our wine glasses like this too with our koozies.
Yeah, we were drinking a lot of wine out there. Here's the deal, guys. And I don't know if you guys were from 1994 or before. We got your multiple pin colors here. Take your pick, whatever you want. LRS branded. We know nurses love pins, but we also know you love colors. You get that in the swag bag. And last but not least, the hit of TravCon, our compression socks. These are life-changing. It's like going to work standing on 2 pillows the entire time, but maybe Tempur-Pedic pillows, something that's going to be super comfortable.
And those don't fall down either.
Those do not.
That's the best part. That's what we hear from everybody when we see them get more.
Love the fanny pack. Yep, so do we. Thank you very much. But yeah, so whoever's asking questions, we'll draw at the end of the broadcast, and we will we'll probably DM you to get your address and stuff, and then we'll send out the swag bag for you. So, and now we're going to get into the live questions. First question, Facebook user, what sets LRS apart from other companies? You want to start with that one, then I'll give them the right answer?
Okay, I think, so obviously there's a bunch of different answers for this and stuff too. Everybody can say their company's a little bit different than the others. I think the biggest part that sets us apart from everything else It's just going to be our ability to basically maintain those relationships. We're your number one point of contact throughout the full assignment, as far as first contact, throughout everything else, through compliance, getting you there. You know, if you ever have issues, our phones are on us 24/7. Text us, call us, email us. We're always available. I think that's one of the big things that sets us apart. Obviously, pay helps if we can set ourselves apart that way. And then just our ability to pitch a bunch of different jobs. You know, we're not limited by certain systems like that as well. We have pretty much all the same contracts as everybody else, and have the ability to pitch pay exactly how we want to and exactly how you want to see it.
Yep, I would 100% agree with that. I was going to say that the other thing that kind of sets us apart, well, I mean, it's not the other thing, but I would just agree with that. We are not, I mean, we're a middle of the road company, so we're not one of your huge companies. So you're not just a number to us. We do care about the relationships. Like Thaddeus was saying, you know, it's not just 8 to 5 here. You know, you can call me at the office 8 to 5, but you've got my cell phone number. You can text me any time of the day. You can call me any time of the day. You know, if we don't answer right away, we will get back to you as soon as possible. And I think, like I said, we're not limited to regions, you know, and we're not limited. I mean, we get a lot of freedom over here. So I know some companies will do set pay package and stuff like that. We can kind of maneuver a little bit how we feel that we need to for you guys, and make you feel the most comfortable, you know, when we're pitching your pay and when you guys are getting paid. So it's just kind of a one-stop shop with your recruiter, which is nice. So if you ever do have an issue with payroll, obviously we will go to payroll for you and we will get it fixed. You don't have to go through 7 or 8 people,
Yep.
you know, to get your questions answered, which is kind of nice. So also, we're pretty good looking too. So that's us apart. Let's see. We got another. Oh, I didn't get any socks. Who was that? Hold on. Let me see. Karen, I'm sorry that you didn't get any socks. Hopefully, maybe you'll ask a really good question and we'll pick you up for a win.
Yep, those went really super fast at
Yeah.
DraftCon. Those were a hot item.
Yeah, socks, and we did hangover kits.
Those were big.
Yeah,
big
Thaddeus and I used about 4 or 5 ourselves actually. So, let's see. Next question. What does health insurance? What does health insurance cost weekly for an individual? I find the cost can vary. Well, first of all, we use United Healthcare. And I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I want to tell you, so this is an estimate. I don't want you guys to take my word for it, but I believe if you're just doing an individual, it's going to be, you can pick between 2 different plans. One is a $5,000 deductible,
yeah,
and one is a $2,000 deductible. And I believe it's anywhere between 50 and like 67 or something like that. It's something like that. It's right in between 50 and 70 probably is what you're going to be looking at weekly.
Yep. Individual LRS pays half of your premium,
yeah,
as well every week and stuff too. So that's something I know a lot of companies don't offer as well. But we obviously want to make sure that we get you taken care of. Kicks in first of the month following the start of your contract as well.
So best
you don't
case,
got to wait another 30 days and then start first of the month after that. It kicks in the first of the month following when you start.
Best case scenario, you start like on the 29th, kicks right in, baby.
Yep. Hopefully it's not February.
Yeah. Oh man, then that's not a good thing. We also do dental, we do vision, we do short-term disability, long-term disability. We do 401k. I know we touched on this last time.
Yep.
I believe you have to work with us for a year for us to match, and work with us for 13 weeks to start contributing.
Yep.
So,
and you can always roll over your other 401k into that as well.
Yep. Let's see. How competitive is your pay? Okay, so this question right here is from, sorry guys, I can't see it on the feed that we have. I've got to look at my phone to see who's actually asking. So Lisa is asking, how competitive is y'all's pay compared to other companies?
I honestly feel like we're probably one of the most competitive companies out there as far as pay goes. As far as, you know, being subcontracted, independent contracts and stuff like that, we're able to compete with pretty much anybody. The ones where it's a little bit tougher is obviously, you know, those companies that are also the agency as well as the vendor. Those are kind of their direct contracts and stuff, and they have obviously made their own rates with the facilities, so they're able to pay a little bit more. But I've found sometimes that we're able actually to pay just as much as they are, if not more, based on their own contracts. So that's an interesting fact as well to consider, is, you know, these guys will try and pay as much as possible regardless.
Yep. But also, like we said, we have a little bit of flexibility to kind of pay how we want. So if it's something where we maybe have to get a, you know, couple extra dollars or something for you, you know, we can usually go to you know, the big wigs and maybe get something approved like that. So it's kind of nice to have that freedom. You know, we'd like to stay at a certain number and stuff like that, but to have that freedom to maybe go past that is a little bit nice too, if we need to. Nice seeing you at TravCon as well. I think I already said that. And we got a lot of, it was Jess. Nice to see you at TravCon as well. Let's see. Jamie Pack. We do have LPN jobs. We actually have an entire division now that just does LPNs, CNAs, home health, hospice, stuff like that.
Long-term care.
Long-term care, yep. So we've got all sorts of jobs for LPNs. I know we actually have a lot of independent contracts for LPN stuff. So those move pretty quickly.
And that's our focus for that division right now too, is getting as many independent contracts as possible too, so we can stay competitive as far as that goes as well.
Yep. And what was I going to say? Yeah. So yeah, it's just, I mean, we can staff LPNs like Thaddeus and I can, but I know we have the full division that's strictly just doing that kind of stuff. Karen Edwards, do you all participate in Daisy Foundation?
We maintain, if there's any Daisy awards and stuff like that, we maintain that in your personal file. Obviously, as a selling point to different facilities and managers. As far as participating in the foundation, we haven't kind of made it to that step yet where we've been kind of a part of it. But as far as maintaining, you know, if you are a Daisy Award recipient, we obviously want to promote that as much as possible.
Yep. We got Anna here that says very widely company. You've been traveling for 4 years. Anna, you've been traveling for 4 years. I want to ask you a question. What was maybe your favorite assignment? What was maybe your least favorite assignment? And I know Thaddeus and I talked about this last time too. I like to know favorite assignments because I kind of like to know what travel-friendly facilities are, maybe if we haven't staffed them yet. But also I like to always hear what people's least favorite assignment is because we don't really want to send them. We would send Thaddeus there. We would send him there, but we don't want to send our nurses there. You know what I mean? So
just for an overhaul.
Yeah. We just want, you know, if we can send Thaddeus to the worst places possible, that's what we like to do. Let's see. Kari Gabriel, sorry if it's either Carrie or Kari. If I mispronounced it, I'm very, very sorry. Does LRS prorate stipends based on hours worked, or do nurses still get full stipends even if they are canceled one shift during the week? So we are not a company who is necessarily going to prorate stipends. That is another thing that kind of sets us apart from people. I do know there are still companies out there that do prorate. If you're canceled from your shift or something like that, you're still staying where the assignment is. So we're not going to prorate your stipends for that. Obviously, maybe you're not going to get your hourly if it's not necessarily guaranteed hours right out of the gate.
Yep.
Because there's some facilities where maybe it's 3 shifts are canceled and then hours are guaranteed. But if it's something where maybe you're sick for the shift or they canceled you, we will not prorate your stipends.
Yep.
And we've been doing that for a couple of years now. So.
Yep. And a lot of it too is we find out exactly based on your contract what their guaranteed hours policy is too, so we can kind of stay on top of it for you.
Yep.
Just if that is that opportunity where we can still bill for your regular hours then too, and make sure that you still get paid for.
Yep. Jackie, how did you get sponsored by? Well, I don't know. Okay, this is a great question, guys, and I want everybody to hear this, and I want everybody to hear the answer.
I can't wait to hear this answer.
How did you get sponsored by Nike and Under Armour at the same time? Well, let me tell you something. When you got this is called the moneymaker, baby, and everybody wants to sponsor you. And I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're the people's champ,
go hit
and
it.
You got the strap, people are asking for you to wear their gear, baby.
Sure.
The strap is back, guys. Also, let's address the elephant in the room. Cast is off. This is not a bionic arm. This is my real arm. It's just a splint. See? Still real arm here. So your boy's doing better. Still tore the bicep though. So hey.
And Jackie, just to answer your question, after the last Facebook Live video, they just started sending.
Yeah, it got kind of crazy actually. We kind of got pretty big. It was pretty crazy. But
that probably answers your question.
You want to come for the strap? Sign up with LRS Healthcare, baby. Let's go. I'll bring that out again later in the broadcast. I can promise you that.
Weird.
Okay, we got another question from hopefully Carrie/Kari. I don't want to mispronounce it.
Man.
Is there anything LRS does not reimburse for as far as assignment licensing requirements? I
would have a hard time thinking of something anything that's required for your assignment. Obviously, all of your compliance stuff we're going to pay for and set you up for. As far as licensing goes, if there's any licensing that you have to do for your specific assignment, we're going to reimburse you for that. You know, we are reimbursed for scrubs as well.
And I know a lot of Yeah, we've done parking. I know a lot of that is also based on your recruiter, but I know basically every recruiter here at LRS is basically going to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So we will reimburse you. Yeah, parking we've done. I know, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Pre-employment, parking, certs, licensure. I mean, if you have to organize something to get your license so we can get it quicker, we will help you with that. Scrubs, we will do scrub reimbursements if it's a different color that you don't have when you're going to this new assignment. So we do try to help you out as much as we possibly can with the reimbursements and stuff like that. Jonathan, I'm not gonna mess up your last name, so I'm not gonna say it.
Maybe I should start reading the names.
Maybe you can't read, so.
Okay.
What are all the benefits offered to your travelers? Health, dental, vision, 401k, etc. And if a traveler does not take the insurance, do they get any pay hourly? Thaddeus, would you like to touch on that? So so first of all, the health, dental, vision, 401k, we offer all that. We touched on that a little bit ago, but we do offer that. The health is United Healthcare.
Correct.
The dental is Emeritus.
Dental is Emeritus, I believe.
And the vision is something that we don't know. I think they're both Emeritus. Yep.
But anyways, as far as it goes and everything's already built into the pay package and stuff. We don't handicap anybody from getting the best pay package just based off the fact that they're either taking insurance or not taking insurance. So we always try not to take that into account when we're doing it too. So when we build our pay packages and everything too, that insurance portion isn't really considered as far as that goes, just because, like I said, we want to make sure we're going to get you paid as much as possible. So we're not going to let that handicap you if you're going to end up taking insurance.
Yep, that was the first good answer you've given today.
Okay.
Well, Karen just asked another question. She said, I'm sorry, I didn't hear when the health insurance starts. Was it after 13 weeks? Nope. So the 401k would be when you can contribute after 13 weeks. The health insurance will start the first of the month following your start date. Yep. So if you start, September 26th, your insurance starts October 1st. If you started September 1st, October 1st. So it's always the first of the month following your start date. So let's see. We've got Anna here. Oh, baby. Okay, this is going to be good, guys, and I need everybody to listen to this because she's giving the bad jobs, baby. Here we go. Least favorite was BJC hospitals, no guaranteed hours. Those are in St. Louis, correct?
BJC, yeah.
Yeah, Barnes Jewish.
Yep.
Barnes Jewish in St. Louis, no guaranteed hours. Hospital doesn't always abide by contract hours. Favorite was really Mercy in Springfield. Wow.
That's interesting to hear you say that too. I've talked to other people and stuff say the Mercy's kind of a tough place to work, I guess, depending on probably what unit you're on and everything too. That's an interesting point about BJC though. Yep. I've kind of heard different stuff as well, but I haven't heard anything about the guaranteed hours as far as potentially working with what your contract says, the hours on that kind of thing.
That's crazy. They don't guarantee anything either. Like you'll see somewhere like, they can cancel you every 2 weeks or something, which is pretty frustrating, but not guaranteeing anything is.
Well, and especially for a facility like that uses so many travelers, and it's in the Midwest. It's not on the East Coast, West Coast, where you have to worry about a lot of guaranteed hours and being called off as much.
BJC, you're out, baby. Springfield, you're in. Let's do this. Mercy Springfield, excuse me, sorry. We've got another question from Lisa. Oh, she's going to give her favorite. Okay, baby, let's do this. Her favorite assignment so far was Orlando Regional Trauma Burn ICU. Her least favorite was Delray Medical Center Trauma ICU. You know what? That does not surprise me.
I've had somebody work at that Delray Medical Center. She wasn't in trauma ICU, just in the MICU there, but she basically said the same thing too. It's a tough place to work.
Yeah, I've had an ER nurse work there, and then I've had a tele nurse to work there, and they said it's the mud and the muck, baby. Yep. They throw you to the wolves in there.
And I spoke to somebody at TravCon too that was talking about it. She called it Hell Ray.
So I don't know baby.
That might have something to do with it.
They may have to bleep that out when they post this. Okay.
Yeah. You missed one too.
What I missed?
Do you offer per diem as well as strictly travel contracts? So
we do per diem.
Yep, we do offer per diem as well. It's one of those things too. Even if those needs aren't potentially posted with us, we can kind of reach out to the vendor, hospital, our contacts to see that you have travel posted. Would you guys consider per diem, even though you don't have per diem posted? Some issues like that too we could potentially get around. But yeah, pretty much anything's on the table for us. We'll try and do anything.
Okay, we're going 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to scroll here. Next question looks like it's from Leah Rachel. Hi, Leah. Wait, hold on. Did I miss one?
No.
Okay, what percentage of the company
That's Leah that we met at TravCon. That's listeners.
Oh, hey,
Hi,
Leah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Shout out to Leah. What percentage does the company keep from the pay rate that the hospital gives?
Great question.
That is a great question.
I think a lot of companies will try and be between like 25 and 30%. Some will get down to 20. We try and maintain 20% if we're able to. And that's going to be based on a lot of different things. So obviously the bill rate is where the money pot starts, and then a lot of other things start coming out of it. You know, you start paying for workman's comp and some other stuff too that companies consider what's called the burden as well when it comes out of that. But at the end of the day, if you are trying to stick between like 25 and 30%, it's tough to be super competitive at that rate. So we try and stick at 20% if we can. If we need to, like Joe said, we'll potentially try and get something signed off on. Obviously, we want to try and make everybody as happy as possible. You know, you got to be able. You're the one that's working at these facilities, so you got to be happy with your money.
Yep. And I know, like, when you get those larger bill rates too, 20% is going to be a little bit high, so we'll actually go below 20%. So that's why it's a super high bill rate, because we obviously are trying to get you the most money. You know, if your bill rate's astronomical, sitting at 20%, we're taking a lot of money from you guys, and we're not trying to do that. So we will actually go below. A lot of times in California, you'll go below that because those rates are always so super high. So. What percent? Oh, that was one. Okay. Oh, baby. Somebody's very interested about this no prorating thing here. Hold on. Let's see here. Karen, very happy about the no prorating. No prorated stipends. That is interesting. So does that mean if I'm canceled, I still get my stipend? Because the facility where I am, I have been canceled about once every week. It really affects my paycheck. So that, to me, in itself, interests me.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It is what we say. If you're getting canceled every week and it's not you taking vacation or like leaving the area, you're going to get the stipends. Obviously, we're taking the hit on that, so we're going to probably extend you or something.
I mean, we're not going to, or probably a situation where we try and talk to this facility, try to talk to the vendor to figure out what's going on and figure out why they're being canceled that much. Because I mean, you tell them, hey, we can't continue to have this person work here if you guys are canceling them every week. So we try and do some sort of guaranteed hours situation with them where they can try and do that. But at the same time, like Joe said, if you are getting canceled and it's not you calling yourself off, like that's not you doing that. You're still there at the location and everything too. We can't. There's nothing we can do.
There's nothing we can do because you're still staying. You're still duplicating those expenses.
Right.
So Karen Edwards, very excited about reimbursements. What city state is LRS's home base out of? Baby, we're in the Mecca of staffing.
That's right.
Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska, right in the middle of the country. There are probably, what do you think?
At least 15.
At least 15 to 20.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just depending, just the size of the companies and everything too. So.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody was at TravCon, you saw when you were walking around, I mean, I'll bet 50% of the people at TravCon were from Omaha. So there's just a lot of, I mean, I don't know how that happened and I don't know why it happened, but I'm not mad about it, baby.
Right.
So, great question by Kim. Who is a better recruiter between the two of you? That's an easy answer. Me.
I think we still had to get that question answered from how you actually got started with the company the last time that we did this, Joe.
Yeah, and and the answer to that was my good looks. We've already talked about that. Secondly,
still not the
honestly, I think Thaddeus and I, if we're gonna be honest and be friends for a second, I am a better recruiter. So
did anybody actually believe that he was going to tell the truth when he started that?
That is the truth.
No.
It is. I'd say we're kind of different recruiters. I'm a little bit loud and obnoxious, obviously. He's not very good. So, no, he's just a little. I mean, I'd say we're very similar to the fact that we both kind of work pretty hard. We both have our phones on all the time. Yeah. But if you had to pick one based off of looks, personality, beards, we know who you're picking.
Should we count how many times he's going to try and say that? That's 3.
Well, that's 3, and you know what? I'm better at 4. Okay, Lisa, hell rate. She thought it was funny. That's the only funny thing Thaddeus ever said.
On the mark. Okay.
Well, and it wasn't even his joke, so if that tells you anything. Karen, got another one for us, baby. Okay, so I have been traveling over 3 years straight. I have United Healthcare. If I come to LRS, how will that affect my health insurance since you're already on United Healthcare? I think you still have to start over. I don't think you can roll health insurance.
That's
over.
A great question, though. We have to reach out to our benefits.
Yeah, we'd have to reach out to Megan. Megan Levin is a wonderful lady. She's our benefits director. But I don't want to answer that directly because I don't know enough about insurance to tell you that. Yep. Sorry, Karen. Thaddeus is the one that didn't want to answer it.
Reach out to us, Karen. We'll find out for you.
Leah said she wasn't there. You're a liar.
Oh, I thought it looked from that picture.
No, dude. Leah said she wasn't there. Sorry, Leah.
Oh, yep. Sorry, Leah.
Well, it'll be great to see you on the live.
We'll see you next year. We'll see you next year.
Guys, if you haven't been to TravCon, I'm telling you right now, you got to go, baby. Yeah. I'm a father. and a husband. Hi, honey. She's beautiful. I had told her I'd plug her today. So, I am not used to maybe partying like that.
No.
And
that was my first time in Vegas too. On top of
that. First TravCon, first Vegas for him. First TravCon for me, not my first Vegas trip, but my first one in many of years. And man, we got back and it looked like we maybe got hit by a couple of buses.
Yeah.
Not even one.
For like 3 days.
Yeah, like they just kept rolling over us. Boom.
I mean, because we're probably typically to bed at like 10:30 every night, if that late, and then being up till 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever, hanging out with everybody after the conference and stuff, because nobody goes to sleep the whole time. You just roll straight into the conference.
Nobody cares if you want to go to sleep.
No.
Like you're like, I'm tired. Like, yeah, cool.
That's too bad.
Keep it moving, baby. Let's do this.
Everybody just wants to hang out.
We got a good question here from Kelly Van Zant. Do you have recommendations on housing when you place a nurse?
Yep.
Yeah. We have a whole housing department. Well, it's actually a travel experience team now.
Yep.
So we've got a whole department for that if you are somebody who wants the help, I know there are some people like, no, don't help me. I'll find my own housing. I don't really care. If you want the help, we have a whole traveler experience team. They will do all the searching for you. They will send you multiple housing options if they're available. Yep. They'll send you stuff to do in the area. They'll ask you how far away from the facility are you going to be? How close would you like to be? They'll try to get you the perfect location that they can possibly get you and just continuously send you options until something right turns up.
And they roll with a list that we've potentially put together in the past from other people that have been there and everything too, which is really nice. It's like, hey, we already know this place is good. We already like the host for this location and everything too. This is a good spot for you. Let's recommend it.
Yep. Well, and the other thing is too, they use a little bit of everything. They use Furnish Finder, we use Airbnb, we use the Facebook, Gypsy Nurse housing.
Yep.
We use that a lot. That's actually a really, really good tool. And then like he said, just from nurses staying places in the past, we try to keep a list of that. And if we've got a good location, we can use that as well.
Yep.
So Lisa says, I'm a CCRN in the Army Reserves as well, so would you guys have my back on schedules? Because when I have drill weekend, I had to pull doubles with both jobs or work 6 days that week because they wouldn't accommodate my military schedule. When I do that, I feel like I put my license on the line and patient safety due to lack of sleep and working with trauma patients. Plus, the drive can be a little dangerous too. Yeah, if that was something you knew you had drill coming up, because I think, and I don't want to say that I know what I'm talking about, but I believe drills are scheduled, right? Like you have an idea of when they're coming. Yeah. So if you knew that was coming, we would just tell them in advance, like she has to have this time off. She has drill or she has these 2 weeks of whatever she needs to go do. So that way they knew in advance. That way you're not scheduled to even work.
Yep.
Like we'll take that time off. And
so,
if you go ahead.
I was gonna say, so what I would do in that situation and circumstances, when you're going into this and we're submitting you to jobs and everything too, we're potentially putting that on the submission. And then once you actually get that phone call, you get that interview phone call, that's when you kind of mention to the manager, kind of let them know the situation stuff too. After we've kind of already let them know the situation upon submission, like this is how it's going to be throughout the 13 weeks and everything too. If we can accommodate that schedule, that'd be great. If not, we'll kind of move it along, go to some other places that we potentially could get that schedule accommodated.
Because we don't really want to stick you somewhere where if they're not going to accommodate that, and like you said, you're going to put your license at risk, patient safety at risk. We don't really even want to work with that facility at the time, you know. So. And not that it's a bad facility, but if they can't accommodate it, at least they're upfront enough to tell us, and we'll just kind of keep it moving. Yep. Carrie, go Big Red. Let's go, baby. Yes. I love it. Zachary, Alicia Johnson, maybe this is a pair. Shout out to Annie Odell. Annie, what's good? Annie's a great recruiter
tell
here.
Her you said what's up.
Yep. Maybe she's watching. We don't know. Do any of your, this is from Leah again. Do any of your recruiters work remote from other parts of the U.S.? We do currently. We have one recruiter who works in Oklahoma. Yep. And then we have Julia Grandstrom, who's currently in office with us, but she's moving to Arizona soon. And she's going to be working remote herself. Yep. So we do that every once. And we had a guy before. He ended up getting a different position, but he was working remote somewhere in Iowa as well. So have you guys worked for any other travel agencies in the past? I have not. Nope. Tried and true LRS Healthcare, baby. Steve Lawrence, if you're watching this, I'll never leave. Ever.
Here for life.
For life, baby. But we got a bunch of friends that. What was that?
Cut it out.
That's.
If we're gonna do that.
We're not gonna do full house today. That's
too late.
No. Okay. I'm Joey, first of all. If we were gonna do it, so.
We know obviously Uncle Jesse, then the good-looking one. If we're gonna be honest. On top of it.
You are Danny. At the very best, you're a neat freak. You
is true.
are, a little OCD. You're a horrible comedian out of the show. So, Tanner. Let's see. We've got a question. Can you guys state your name? Sorry, just joined. Oh, yeah. I am Joe Stillman. This is Thaddeus Baker.
That's incorrect.
Oh, Thaddeus Becker. Sorry.
There we go.
Joe Stillman, good recruiter. Thaddeus Becker,
Better recruiter.
Decent recruiter. Also, people, you know what? Do you want to work with Thaddeus, who doesn't even have a belt? Or do you want to work with the people's champ with the strap, baby? Okay? You want the strap? You want a shot at the champ? Come work for your boy.
I don't need all the propaganda from him.
Yeah,
because that's the thing.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Tried and true.
Sorry that I like to have fun at work, and I like to have fun with my nurses. I have great personal relationships.
My nurses know I have fun.
They don't. Karen Edwards said TravCon was amazing.
It was.
She ain't lying.
Nope.
Leah Rachel said it's okay. I just have one of those profile picture faces.
Leah.
Yeah, I can't believe that you would just base her off her profile picture, bro.
And to be fair, it's really small on the
Yeah, we actually can't see it. So whatever he's saying about seeing your profile picture, lie. Is that somebody you want to work for? I don't think so. Just kidding. He's great. Karen Edwards, again, that was my first time in Vegas and first TravCon. I already have travel friends who want to go next year, and I've already started prep for next year.
Yep.
I had fun, networked, and it refreshed my love for travel nursing. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And it's kind of cool to just see all of these nurses. I always said that we always do, so what we do here at the company, we'll do a lot. We call them takeovers.
Yep.
So we'll go to different parts of the country and we'll take out like our nurses. So we've been to Tacoma. We've been to San Francisco. We've been to North Carolina. I believe maybe we're going to Connecticut soon because I think we've got quite a bit of people up at Yale. But we do all those takeovers, and that's super cool because you get to meet your own nurses for the first time. You get to put a face to the voice. And TravCon was like that times a million, basically. So it was pretty cool to see everybody. I know, Thaddeus, you had, okay, we're going to do our shout-outs right now. Okay. We're going to shout out. Thaddeus, you had a couple nurses come, yeah?
Yep, Pam Ward, Tiffany Vaughn.
Hi, Pam.
Hi,
Tiffany. And then I know we had a couple of other nurses that showed up that necessarily aren't ours, but I'm going to give them a shout-out. I'm going to give a shout-out to my girls, Teresa, Sherry, Christy, Sunny. They're my Iowa girls. They're the best.
Yep.
They showed us a very good time. One of the nights out there, I believe it was Monday night. All the nights are mixed up now because there's a lot of adult beverages had. But they were awesome. Elaine Johnson came out with us one night. She was awesome. She's just an absolute riot.
Mm-hmm.
Christy,
yep.
Came
out with us.
Christy Creighton came out with us. She was awesome. So it was really.
See you next week. Take you out to lunch.
Yeah, take you out to lunch. Christy, I'll be there unless you want maybe just me to take you out because Daddy's is kind of boring. It was super fun. It was just awesome to kind of hang out with everybody. Like I said, I knew you guys worked hard. I didn't know you guys went hard, baby. No. And it was awesome. So
you had to elevate us.
To
stay out that late.
We had to step our games up a little bit.
And shout out to Maggie Motherway and Kia and Molly as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Tristan's nurse, Megan Swope.
Yeah, Megan Swope. What's up? What up, Megs? Okay, Kiana, sorry, that was rough. Kiana says, how does per diem work through an agency?
Good question. So how it's set up, it's going to be, obviously your contract's going to be based off of your 36 hours a week, your full week. When you're going to do per diem, it's just going to be based off that one shift. So contractually, you're going to be making your own schedule typically when you're doing PRN shifts. So what you're going to be paid is based off of just that specific shift, and that's what your contract will reflect.
Yep. Let's see. Jonathan says, what got you guys into being healthcare recruiters and what made y'all choose LRS? I know there are over 20 companies based in Omaha. This is good. This will give us a little background.
Yep.
Do you want to start and then I'll give a good answer?
Okay. So the answer to the question from last time, as well as the answer to the question from this time too, Joe got into nurse recruiting and LRS Healthcare from your boy, first of all.
That's not true.
I got into it. I had some friends that were kind of in the industry, and I was kind of looking to get out of retail environment that I was in. I was managing some corporate stores for a supplement company here in town. So I wanted to get away from those retail hours, all that working on weekends and stuff too. So figured out this is kind of 8 to 5. And it's basically customer service like I was doing before, sales and whatnot too, just building relationships. That was kind of the drawing factor for me. And then just kind of the rest was history. Figured it out from actually a LinkedIn post. Met with everybody here and everything, and just kind of fell in love.
Yep, that was a great story, Thaddeus. No, so
I don't know if Joe's gonna make it through the rest of the video. He might end up taking out.
Yeah, I don't think so, bro. I got a bionic arm. It's not really bionic. So I got into the business. I was also doing it. It's funny because Thaddeus and I have actually worked together now for probably 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with LRS, but we were both working at the supplement business in Omaha. I had actually worked at one in Colorado as well. And then prior to that, I did social work. So I worked at treatment centers and emergency shelters for like at-risk youth and stuff like that. So I loved that job because it was about building relationships and helping people, helping the kids, trying to get them to buy into what you were saying and kind of fix their lives and stuff like that. So after doing that for a few years, I went into the sales business, and I love that because with supplements, you're still building relationships. You're trying to help people change their lives. You're trying to better people every single day. And then when I moved back from Colorado, my wife and I, beautiful wife, stunning wife, great woman.
You get in trouble for not?
I didn't. I actually told her, but I said I'd plug her. I don't want to plug her less this time, and then maybe get in trouble for that. Mm-hmm. So we moved back to Colorado when we had my son, 4 years old, little Vincent. He's the man. We moved back from Colorado for that, and then coming back to Colorado, I didn't really want to keep doing the retail stuff because we just had a newborn. So I wanted a little bit better hours and stuff like that. And then I had a good friend that was working at LRS Healthcare. I don't remember what his name is. He probably doesn't even work here anymore. No, it was Thaddeus. Thaddeus said, "Hey man, apply here." I got the job here. I was very interested in doing this as well because it's still building relationships. It's kind of helping you guys find the perfect job for yourselves, get you guys as much money as we can, but still building relationships. I mean, I know all the nurses that I work with, I feel like it's a business partnership, but it's also like a friendship. I mean, I'm super cool with all of the nurses and stuff like that. So I've loved it. I love recruiting. I don't think I'll probably ever do anything different.
Right. All you got to do is talk to your friends every day and just maintain those relationships and stuff. Figure out what they want to do. When the time comes to figure out the next assignment, they refer their friends to you and everything too. All it is just building a group of friends.
Yep. And I think the reason we picked LRS Healthcare because it was a little bit smaller when we started. So I think I'm not a guy who wants to go to a huge, big corporation because like I said, I want to build relationships when I'm doing my job. I don't want somebody to just be a number to me. So I want to pick a smaller company where, it does matter. Like you guys do matter to us. Yeah. I know some of the other agencies, they lose somebody. It's like, whatever, we'll get somebody next time. If I lose somebody, I'm genuinely upset and I want to figure out what I can do next time to maybe get you on the next contract and stuff like that. So, what is your rate of being canceled? Asked by Monica Helton from, we'll just say, Utah.
Okay.
I don't know where you're from, Monica. Sorry.
Wild guess.
Yeah.
I to answer that question, I think it just completely depends on the hospital, the facility, the system, and everything to what their cancellation policy is and how often they typically do it. I think we always try and obviously when interviewing or potentially asking for these positions and stuff too, trying to figure out what their census is, talking to other people, talking to the managers.
Nope. And if you're ever about to get submitted to a job and you want to know that, like what's the cancellation policy, just ask us before we submit you. If you don't want to go somewhere that potentially can cancel you every other week or however many times they want, we don't have to submit to that if you don't feel comfortable. You know what I mean? There's some facilities that will do every week. There's obviously the ones that they were talking about earlier that there's no guaranteed. There are some that will guarantee all of them. There's some that'll be 3 shifts per contract and then everything after that is guaranteed. So it literally varies from facility to facility. Does your company post pay online with the jobs listed?
So on our website, we don't post pay with the jobs that are listed. A lot of times it's just going to be based on the fact that those jobs are opening and closing all the time too. So in order to have somebody keep up on that, to get pay packages for each individual job is pretty time consuming. It's pretty tough to just tell somebody this is what your job's going to be constantly all the time too. So we always just kind of take it upon ourselves too. If there's a job that you're interested in, reach out to your recruiter, or even reach out to the company on the website too, and they'll put you in touch with somebody that can run pay for you. Obviously, when we put stuff on jobs on Gypsy jobs, different places like that will post pay, but it just kind of depends on the format, I guess.
And I think the other reason we don't do this is because we're not limited. We don't do set pay packages.
Correct.
So everybody can do their own pay package. So we might have a job listed. I know that we have somebody all the time online on the website. So if you reach out and say, "Hey, I'm interested in this job. Can you tell me how much it pays. They'll direct you to a recruiter. Or if you're really interested, you can slide into your boys' DMs, hit me up. I can always go over job. Well, not like in a weird way, but like I'm interested in a job way. You know what I mean? Like, no? Okay.
I mean, sure.
Let's see. How many travel nurses do you have at one time? That's a good question. It kind of varies. I myself have more than Thaddeus at all times. Just in case you guys are wondering, I handle them very well. No, I would say depends.
I think him and I, it's probably fluctuates between like 25 and
35-ish. Yeah, 25 and 35
at any time.
Well, so that's a pretty big load here. So, and I don't want to ever ignore a nurse. So, if I feel like I'm getting too busy with stuff, I may lay off the recruiting for a while and just strictly work with, who's on my desk and stuff.
Yep. And I think a lot of that has to do with just the fact that since we are your one point of contact for all that too, that we don't want to make sure that we are having a million nurses on our desk so that we're not able to give that time, like Joe was saying, to those people. Since we do, the submission portion of all that, we do the profiles, put together the profiles. We try and do as many parts of the job as we possibly can so that you guys don't have to be speaking to anybody else or being left hanging potentially. So that's kind of the main reason for it.
Let's see. Will your company do blind submissions, or do you only submit a nurse to a job once you've discussed all the details with them? I, for one, will never in my life do a blind submission. That makes me furious when somebody does that.
That's a good way to ruin a relationship real quick too, especially in the, like we said, customer service business that we're in like this. I mean, it could be even just one potential thing like that too that can just derail everything as far as this relationship goes, and they won't trust you anymore after that.
Yeah, I won't submit you to anything, and I would say this is how the entire company works. There's nobody here that's going to submit you to something without telling you pay breakdown, trying to answer any questions you have about the position if we can. We're not going to, and then actually telling you where they're submitting you to.
Yes.
Because
what hospital, what city, all those kind of things.
Yeah. So
basic details.
There's no blind submissions here, baby. Let's see. I'm gonna read. If a travel, this is from Leah. Man, Leah. Carrie/Kari. Leah. And Karen Edwards. You guys are just killing it on this live stream.
Trying to get that swag.
Trying to get that swag bag, baby. Let's do it.
That fanny pack.
Get that. Yeah, that fanny pack is back. That's the thing. Okay, sorry, Leah. We're gonna get to the question here. If a travel nurse finds their own housing and signs a 3-month lease, but then the hospital cancels when they get there, do you help with the lease breaking fee even though they didn't go through your housing department? That's a tough question. I would say that's probably going to be a case-by-case basis. The most ideal situation would be we try to find you another assignment in that location.
Yeah.
So that we wouldn't even have to break the lease. That would be the first option. After that, I mean, stuff like that kind of goes above us as recruiters. We'd have to start getting some permission to help with stuff and stuff like that.
But we'd run through just the basic stuff to try and do it first. It's like, okay, you're getting canceled. Number one, are you getting canceled in that first census? Are there other reasons you're getting canceled? Is there something we could potentially do about it? Is there going to be another facility in the same location so you don't have to break your lease like Joe said? Or is there going to be something else that we could potentially find within somewhat of driving distance so you don't have to get rid of your lease, or potentially try and sublease it out at the same time too, so you don't have to worry about canceling it again.
Yep. And Leah, I didn't want to get your hopes up there. We haven't picked the winner yet. We haven't picked the winner yet. But you know what? You're looking like a real strong candidate right now. So
it has nothing to do with the fact that I messed up, that I thought you were somebody else either. Yeah.
Do you have a Garmin watch in your swag bag? And you know what?
Man, I
wish, because that'd be going right in my desk. So no Garmin watch, sorry. You want me to run over what's in the swag bag again real quick? Just give you a little, okay. Guys, for those of you who are maybe just new to the live feed here,
we're tuning in.
We're giving away a swag bag today. We're going to just draw randomly with whoever's asking questions, and whoever wins will DM you, get your address. But first thing from the swag bag, you get your LRS branded water bottle cup thing.
It's stainless steel insulated.
It's stainless. It's like my arm right now. It's stainless steel, insulated, bionic, whatever you want to call it, baby. Yep. Next up on the agenda, you get a nail file. And I'm going to tell you what right now, you don't even need to use it for nails. If you're a guy who's maybe working out a lot, maybe getting them calluses up on your hands, yeah, show them, Thaddeus.
That's the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I had to do that the other day because sometimes your boys' hands get a little raw. They ain't been getting raw very often lately because I haven't been, I got the arm thing, but yeah. So you can use that for that too. Also, we got, Thaddeus, We got the koozie. We got the LRS branded koozie, baby. That's going to keep whatever you want. Adult beverage, water. What was it? Wine?
It was, yeah, it was a stemless wine glass.
Stemless wine
I had about
glass.
5 people tell me that at Travis.
That's the hot spot for the stemless wine glasses, baby. Then we
Plus, they're almost skinny enough for like White Claws and chili, stuff like that.
And we already know there ain't no laws with White Claws, baby. You put them in whatever you want.
Except the police disagree.
Well, that's true. And then we've got this. I couldn't get it back in the container because once you open it, it's not a good thing. But this is I think it's a sweat towel.
It's a moisture wicking towel, basically.
Yeah.
So you can put cold water in it, help maintain the coolness of it. Throw it over your shoulder. I've seen people tie it on their heads and stuff before too.
Yep. We've also got your LRS branded 1997 multicolored pin here. You want green today? Cool. You want black tomorrow? Cool. You want red the next day? Cool.
Are you gonna go through them all?
Yeah, and then you could go. I couldn't get the red to work, but if you want blue, baby, it's on there too. So cool pin. We know nurses love pins. Man, I never looked at the inside of that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, well, there's like 4 different. I guess I didn't realize that's how it was. That's how it's 1997 was a lot of years ago. So next up on the list, baby, we got your LRS sunglasses. We were rocking these a lot in Vegas, and they were a hot happening item, baby. Okay, it ain't summer no more, but it's the sun shines every day. Okay, get your LRS branded sunglasses. Here you go. Next up on the agenda, if you love hats and maybe truckers for that matter, we got your LRS. It's an LRS trucker hat, dude. Don't look at me like that.
That's fine, but I don't know what that has to do with if you love truckers.
Or Ashton Kutcher, maybe if you like those show punk, you can just rock this hat while you watch it. This is an LRS branded trucker hat. Looks great on everybody. We had guys wearing them. We had girls wearing them in Vegas.
Yep.
So we got that for you.
I wore that the whole weekend.
He did. I also did sometimes. Then, guys, the second hottest item in the swag bag.
Give me the strap.
Give him the strap. Okay, that's not the strap. You know what? Give me this back. Don't do this to me. LRS fanny pack, baby. And why are we putting the fanny pack in there? Because the fanny pack is back. Boom, fanny pack. You can put anything in here. You can put that pin in here. You can put your cell phone in here. You might be able to put your baby in here. I don't know, but it's a great fanny pack. And then last but not least, guys, the hottest item at TravCon. People were coming to our booth asking for them. People were begging us for them, asking us to mail them, asking us to knit them up right there for them at the stand, but we didn't have any knitting utensils. LRS Healthcare compression socks. It's like going to work on 2 Tempur-Pedic pillows, baby. Okay, you got to get these. These are the high items. These will change your life. Change your life. That's the swag bag, guys. So keep asking your questions. Now we're behind on questions. Thaddeus, good job.
Right. Weird. You were talking.
Man, we talked about the swag bag. We got about 54 questions right out of the gates. Lisa asks, wait, do you find your housing department?
What options?
Okay, sorry, no. We got one before that. We got Carrie/Kari. Do you find your housing department is able to help travelers with pets? Yeah. So when we do a housing request, we will fill out an entire form. So before we even send it over to the housing department, we'll fill out the form with you. We'll call you after the contract signed once we start talking about housing. And, we'll ask, do you have any pets? How much do they weigh? What kind of, animals are they, or what kind of breed are they? How far from the location do you want to be? Multiple different questions. So that way, when the housing department or the travel experiencer team does get that form, they know everything that you're looking for and everything that they need to look for you. Yep. So they can definitely do stuff like that.
Yep, and they'll reach out to you directly and say, hey, this is a pet-friendly home right now. Here's pictures of it and stuff too. If they have other pets and stuff there too, so you know what you're walking into.
Yep. Next question from Lisa. Do y'all have any decent paying contracts now in or near the Tampa area for ICU? I don't really have our computer in front of me, so I don't want to tell you what we have and what we don't have. I'm sure we do have some stuff down in Tampa, but if after this, if you want one of us to DM you, we can definitely DM you and then we can go over what we have down there for you. Yep. We just don't have anything in front of us to see that right now. Sorry, Lisa. I'm very sorry. That actually Thaddeus is the one that can't do it. So, Ashley Crawford. Ashley Crawford, what options do you have for nurses that most recently came from a clinic setting but have ICU experience and would like to return to ICU? I would say that's going to probably depend on how long you've been out of the ICU.
Exactly.
If you've been out for multiple years, it's going to be, and I'm just going to shoot you straight, it's going to be very difficult to get you back in the ICU without maybe you picking up a per diem job and doing some shifts beforehand. Now, if it's been a couple of months or something like that, it may be a situation where maybe we can get you into a smaller facility and we can, or maybe like a direct contact who will maybe take a shot at you to get you back on that floor and get you back on that bedside experience.
Yep. And I think just reach out to us because I know there's probably going to be options if it hasn't been, an extremely long time by any means.
Michele Depew is my recruiter and she's awesome. This is from Tanya. She's working on a contract for my husband and I know she'll find what we need. She always does. Michele is an angel. She's the best. Megan is on the line. What up, Megs? Megan Swole, baby. She's here. Gonna need a swag bag, she says. Have you seen these nails? No, I haven't. She needs that nail file. You know what I'm saying? Megan, you're gonna have to ask a question, and not just you can't just be asking for the bag.
Promoting it yourself.
Yeah, you gotta ask them questions, dude. Come on now.
We'll have Tristan send you.
Yeah, we might just have Tristan. You might not have to do. Well, you know what? You do have to answer some questions actually. Karen Edwards, I know you have a referral bonus. Okay, everybody does. What's your referral bonus? $500.
Yep.
$500. Yep. So our referral bonus is $500 for anybody you refer to us, and they get to work.
Every once in a while, like certain times of the year or during other times and stuff too, sometimes I'll bump that referral bonus up too, say like during a 3-month period or whatever, and say, hey, if you refer somebody during this time, end up being like $750, or sometimes I've even done $1,000 before too. Yeah. Just based on that, just trying to drum up some business, get some new friends in the mix too.
Yep.
So,
but 9 times out of 10, you'll be looking about $500.
Yep.
Kiana says, can we have your contact info or social media info? We are interested in working with you. You can actually have mine. My contact.
That didn't take long.
So, I mean, I don't know if you're watching right now, Kiana.
Thaddeus James Becker.
Joseph Richard Stillman. You can find me as Joe Stillman on Facebook. Actually, if you just go to this event page, I believe Thaddeus and I are tagged on here, so we're both on here. But if you want, I don't want to give my cell phone number to all of Facebook. But you know what, Kiana? When I get out of here, I'm going to hit you up in them DMs. Okay? Okay. We got another question from Kari/Carrie. She knows.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Ain't no laws, baby. Let's go.
Perfect, except when the police are involved. Then there's a little bit different story.
Jamie Pack, also a big fan of White Claws. Okay. Man, these guys had to be at TravCon. I bet they're just getting lit at TravCon. Tanya, did the health insurance change? I'm hearing new contract nurses saying it's based on age now. I am not aware of that, or at least with us, it's not like that. Yeah. It's all basically the exact same thing. So, depending on if you want to do individual, family, but it's all the same rate for everybody. Yep. So, I don't know what ages. I mean, there might be people doing it, but I know that we are not doing it. Yeah, that's a crazy way to do it. So, Lisa got another question. How is the process of applying with LRS? It gets exhausting to apply with travel companies and then not even being able to find what you're looking for around the decent pay you're hoping for.
It's super easy to apply with us. As far as like, you can go to our website, fill out an application there, or you can reach out to one of us, one of the recruiters, something like that, to ask them what it's going to take as far as applying goes. Most of the time, they're just going to tell you probably skills assessment, resume, and some references for now, something like that. We can go through the rest of the stuff once we get going, but once we work on that, we know that you're invested into this, and then we'll start supplying jobs and everything too. And it's like, okay, if you can meet us halfway, we'll meet you halfway and get all these jobs out to you. You tell us what's going to be the best fit for you, what you're looking for specifically, and then we'll go from there.
Yep. And I know, if you're somebody who's busy, you're working multiple shifts, but you want to start applying for stuff now, if you want to just send your resume too. I mean, we got to at least have the resume so we can see what your experience is, and then we can start at least telling you what we have out there. But it really helps to have those 3 things: the resume, the references, and the skills, just so we can have everything ready. In case you are interested, we can get you out.
We're already halfway. We're already halfway there at that point.
But as far as like compliance docs and stuff like that, that's not that you don't have to send any of that stuff until we actually have you a job. If you want to send it to be on the ball, that's cool, but you don't have to. So, if a nurse extends a contract, will pay go up since there is no onboarding costs?
That's a good question. I mean, it's going to be case-by-case basis again, too, just depending who your recruiter is, hospital you're at, system, all that kind of stuff. But you're correct. Obviously, no employment costs go into that onboarding cost. So the potential to have some extra money is there. Typically, some people do like a referral bonus, or not a referral bonus, an extension bonus. They'll do a loyalty bonus. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of different ways you can do it as far as getting some extra money goes, for extending.
Yep. And sometimes, and I know sometimes too, to go with that there, when you send to like a vendor and stuff like that, or if you don't send to a vendor, sometimes when you extend, some fees fall off. So that gives us a little bit more room for gesture. So, I'm new to traveling and still waiting on first assignment, but out of all of the agencies that have reached out to me, LRS has been the most helpful, nicest, and easiest agency to use. Can't wait to start working. That's from Courtney Fulton. Courtney, who are you working with? Oh, no. Okay, you know what?
You're welcome.
Courtney, you know what? If you want some real help and some real fun, holla at your boy.
She's actually a referral from Valencia as well. So.
Oh, Valencia. Hi, Valencia. I've never met you, but I hear great things from Thaddeus.
She wants nothing to do with you.
Well, that's obviously not true. So, let's see. Lisa, I will be. You know what, Lisa? I will DM you. You're welcome. Jamie, do you offer travel pay on your contracts to help with the cost? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know any contract that I don't offer travel pay. I mean, we can do it a couple different ways. If you're going to drive, obviously we'll do up to a certain amount for mileage reimbursement. If you're flying, we can book your ticket and we can pay for it for you, or you can book your own ticket and we'll reimburse you. Yep. So we do the travel pay. Hi, Jessica Perkins. Happy birthday. It's Jessica's birthday today. Did you know that?
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jessica.
birthday. Should we sing her happy birthday?
I don't know why we wouldn't.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You're off key. Happy birthday, dear Jessica Perkins. Happy birthday to you. That was great. You sounded terrible though. Thanks for replying regarding getting back in ICU. You're very welcome. Ashley Crawford, been out for 2 years. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit difficult. Like I said, you might want to pick up maybe some if you can try to get a PRN job, pick up a few extra shifts for at least maybe 6 months or so. Then I'm assuming we can probably start. But
reach out to us regardless.
Yeah.
I know there's a potential for all sorts of different scenes. I've seen crazier things happen.
I have definitely seen crazier things.
Especially depending on what type of clinic you've been in, what type of experience you've had being at that clinic and everything too. If anything else can overlap that we can, obviously portray to the facility that you've still been keeping up on your skills and everything.
Samantha Hafler's live, baby.
Samantha,
what's up, Samantha?
What's up, girl?
What's good? We're about to go to Bison Burger today.
Yeah. Your honor.
Kiana is watching. Hi, Kiana. I think I gave you my info, so he actually doesn't work here after this live feed. So, question for a friend. This is for Jonathan. Do y'all have LPN LVN contracts? Yep. So we do have an entire division that is dedicated to your LPN, long-term care, home health, hospice, RNs, LPNs, all stuff like that. So, yeah. So we have a division. We have tons of those. We actually, like I said earlier, we do have a lot of independent contracts for stuff like that. So we also, just in case anybody's watching who's an allied nurse, we have an entire allied division too. So just here at the company, we don't just do RNs, LPNs. We do all of allied. We do your therapy, your respiratory, physical, cardiopulmonary. Lab. We do your labs. We do everything. I mean, literally everything you can think of, anything you can think of that needs to be staffed, we can staff it for you. So, do you have, Megan Swope trying to get that swag bag. Okay. Do you have hospital with per diem shifts or strictly contracts? We do per diem. Like Thaddeus had said earlier, if we don't necessarily work with that hospital that does per diem, we can always call in and try to get you those.
Did Megan ask that question?
Megan Swope did ask that question.
She should have been on earlier when we answered that question.
And I feel like you probably asked that question in Vegas multiple times, probably. Maybe you don't remember. Just kidding, Megan. Carrie/Kari, what is your travel reimbursement? It's going to depend on where you're going.
Yep, where you're coming from and where you're going. That's going to be what it bases a lot on.
Yeah, because I know, like I said, we can do the mileage reimbursements, but we also, it just depends how far away you are. Like if you're only 200 miles away, we're not going to give you $500 because that would be above the amount that we could actually legally give you. So. Yep. Jessica, get that birthday face, baby. I like it. Awesome on the travel reimbursement. I'm not getting that now. Jamie, Priest, Pack. If you ain't getting that now, come holler at your boys because we're about to hook it up. And by boys, I mean me. Joe Stillman on Facebook. You know what? I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs.
There's a lot of DM.
There's gonna be a lot of DM going on, bro. Yeah, your boys gonna be getting in a lot of DMs today. Let's see. Lisa, again, if you have someone wanting to travel with you and is in the same department, do you guys have more problems assigning both a contract to the same place?
I mean,
that's going to be tough. It's going to depend on the place. There are some places that will tell us absolutely not, do not send us pairs.
Especially in the same unit.
Yep.
That's what they'll say too.
But if you're a pair and you want to go to the same place, but you're maybe not tripping about the same schedule and stuff like that, You know, 9 times out of 10, we can usually get something figured out.
Or even in the same unit too, like we're talking about. You go to the same department. Let's say you guys are both ICU nurses, and they have the potential to say no traveling pairs in the SICU, and be like, okay, what do you guys have available for the MICU or medical surgical ICU or anything else that you potentially could do, or just a straight ICU? You know, it might be one of those things. You guys are in the same department, maybe even have the potential to work the same schedule, but just not be in the same unit.
Yeah.
Potentially be an option too. We'll do that a lot as well.
Yeah. And we'll always try. I mean, we'll reach out, we'll try. Even if I know before we've had pairs where we have a position for one, we'll just reach out to either the vendor or the facility and say, you know, would they take this other person? I mean, can you get another opening for them? I've also had nurses who will interview. One will interview and say, I have a traveler that wants to come with me. There may not be a job open. They'll open the job for them. They'll create the job for them.
And I mean, how many pairs do you have working for you right now?
I think I have 2 or 3 pairs working for me right now.
I think I have about 3 or 4. I mean, it's one of those things that it's like, it's a little bit tougher to do, but it's not.
Yeah.
It really
you got to be a little bit more open to location, because you got to find the places that have the actual open jobs, or maybe multiple open jobs. But yeah, we've got it's easily something that we can do. Megan Swope, some of us are working right now. What are your patients doing, Megan? What are you doing? Just kidding.
Do you guys staff?
This is from Jessica Perkins, birthday girl. Do you staff nurse practitioners? Yeah, we do. I would say we don't get as many needs for those as we do like your specialties, like your ICUs, your ERs, your OR, stuff like that. But I have a nurse practitioner on my desk right now.
Yeah, and we don't see, like he's saying, we don't see as many advanced practice positions, but I mean, it's one of those things, depending on what you're open to as far as location goes, you know, it could be very lucrative for you still if you're open, I guess.
Yeah. Kiana said something, but we're going to skip this. So, no, Kiana said, Thaddeus, sorry if I spelled it wrong. You don't have to be sorry. You can spell his name however you want.
She actually spelled it perfectly.
Yeah, you did spell it right, though. You're letting Joe steal the show. Say your info, too. Laugh
Here's
out
the deal.
loud.
In every situation, and every time you'll find yourself anywhere near Joe in life, he's going to try and steal the show regardless. So,
because I'm the show. You know what?
We've been friends
you want
for
to know
7 or 8
why?
years now.
Because I'm the show stealer, baby. I'm the people's champ. I got the strap.
Which one's better? Which one's better?
Yeah, which one's better? Which one's real solid, probably 24 karat gold, and which one's a fanny pack, guys? People's champ. That's why he can't hold this. He can't hold this belt.
I don't know what you can put in that belt. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You can put all sorts of stuff in the fanny pack.
A belt was actually for my wife. Beautiful, lovely.
You should ask her where she got the idea. You should ask your wife where she got the idea for that belt.
Not you.
Or where it was found. Again.
We're at an hour, so whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
Questions are still coming in, which is awesome. But
guys, we're at our hour, but we got questions still coming in. We're gonna keep it rolling, baby. Okay, until we run out of questions, we're keeping it rolling. Bonnie Benton says, "Do you guys do St. Thomas?"
So we don't currently have anything in St. Thomas. I know we've placed people in the Virgin Islands before. I know issues that we've ran into before is a lot of times the facilities sometimes have some issues paying their bills from time to time.
Yeah.
So that's been
the biggest issues we've had with staffing that area.
Yep. Because I know a lot of people really want to go there and stuff. I mean, who wouldn't want to go work in Guam, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, you know, go to any of those places and work. It's just being able to obviously turn around and pay you and then have the company make money.
Yep.
So,
and I know I talked to her name is Heather Sutherland. She is the head of our client manager team. And I know she said she's trying to work on some stuff with them down there. But like Daddy said, we are having like some billing issues and stuff like that with them. So
we have in the past.
Yeah, we have in the past, sir. Guys, that might be the last question. Does anybody have any other questions to try to win that swag bag? If not, I think we'll probably sign off, baby. You know what? Actually, you know what? One more time.
Until next time.
You know what, guys? You asked for number 2. If you guys are asking for it, we're going to do number 3. If you want the champs back, if you want the fanny pack champ and the people's champ, you come holler at us, baby. Okay? Also, Kiana, I'm going to hit you up in them DMs. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel.
is it off?
Also, Kiana, Rachel, I don't know if we can hear you, but
Sorry.
there she is. She's back.
Thank you guys. We have so much fun when you guys are on here. You guys are hilarious and answer really good questions. If anybody else has any other questions, still post them in the comments. They'll be online and be able to answer them for you. And you'll still be entered, and even after, you'll be entered to win the beach towel because summer's not over yet, guys. So, all right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Summer's never over. Summer's never over, guys, so camp is here. It's been fun.